Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab and today's video, which is going to be a makeup haul. I have a ton of products that have been arriving. These are things that I bought during the Black Friday sales and holiday sales. Everybody had a sale. It was really hard to resist. And the shipping was also really slow because of the holidays and everything that's been going on. So I have a lot of products to share with you. This isn't going to be part of my December budget. These are things I bought prior to December. If you're new here, I'm going to be doing a project on my channel next year, which I'm calling Operation Curation. And I'm putting myself on a beauty budget. So none of these items were part of the things that I purchased in December. I'll be saving that for a video once all of those products have arrived. And as I'm filming this, December isn't even over yet. It's going to be a little bit confusing until I finish hauling all of these things, but I can't very well sit here and give you a 3-hour haul. That would be insane. Before I finally get into the video, if you're new here, I'm Yori. Thank you for clicking on my video. Hope you're going to enjoy this one and consider subscribing to my channel so that you can keep up with me, my makeup project, and a lot more hauls coming up in the future. To those of you returning and continuing to support, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you to the first 5 commenters on my previous video. I'm truly grateful for your continued support and I enjoy reading your thoughts on the makeup products that I share on my channel. Those with YouTube channels will have the YouTube logo and be linked down below in case you're interested in supporting any of my YouTube friends. Now without any further delay, let's get into this haul. I'm honestly not sure where to start, so we'll start right here with the pile that I have in front of me. I made my first purchase from Nikkia Joy Cosmetics and I did so when she launched her new pigments. Now Nikkia Joy is an Australian YouTuber and she started her own brand with eyelashes, and what I really liked about it is that she designs eyelashes that are specifically geared towards people with smaller eyes, which is what I have. And so I wanted to try a couple of the lashes that she suggested for people with smaller eyes, and I picked up the style Melanie, which you see here, which is more of a rounded style that I could use with halo eyes, and also the style Ella, which is a more fanned out lash. And I really like that it looks like a very natural lash in a wing style, so I can use those for everyday style makeup. So I picked up those 2 lashes just to satisfy my curiosity with regard to how she started her brand. What I was really interested in were her loose pigments, and I picked up 4 of them. It was interesting to me that she would add loose pigments to her line because I don't really see her use loose pigments that much. I don't watch her channel like religiously, but I see her from time to time, and she created a lot of different finishes of loose pigments. So I picked up 2 from the Chroma Shift collection, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those first. Now because she had just launched these, they were not on any kind of sale. Here's what the packaging looks like. It's very pretty. It's got NJC on the lid and it's just a screw top lid, and inside the stopper is actually taped, which I appreciate, so I can show it to you on the screen. This one is called Aurora, and then I also have this one which is green. I'm kind of moving it around so that you can see the shift. This one is called Mirage. Now I'll be showing you close-ups of absolutely everything like I do my usual hauls. They're very much in the old school fashion where I just tell you everything I bought, but I will be showing you swatches and close-ups of the products so that you can get a closer look and get an idea if there's something that you would be interested in adding to your collection. This one looks pink in the pan, but it's actually one of her iridescent duochromes. It's really pretty. It looks like a purpley pinky shift, maybe with a little bit of blue. Hopefully it's not going to be as bubblegum pink as it's looking in the package. That one again is from the duochrome finish and it is called Unicorn. And last but not least, I wanted to pick up one from the metallic collection, and this one is called Mermaid. It's a beautiful light green. I absolutely love green eyeshadows, and so now those were just freshly launched when I made my purchase, but I did have a discount code for signing up for her mailing list, and that was the only thing that I applied to that specific purchase. Next, I have a couple of palettes from the Makeup by Mario line, and I wasn't initially interested in these, but they went on like a super sale price. I think I ended up paying about $10 each for each of these because Beauty Deals BFF on Instagram shared kind of a discount code that in a promotion that was going on his website, and it brought down the price of these to like $10 or $11, which I thought was absolutely great. So this one is in the shade Rosy Glam. From people that have shared these palettes, I've heard really great things about his metallic formula, and they're just numbered, so they are RG for Rosy Glam, I imagine 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Very simple. The only thing I've ever tried from the Makeup by Mario line, which I shared in my previous haul, was the eyeshadow primer, and I like that just fine. I think it's really nice, but I am excited to try out something else from his line, especially at that price point. So I picked up a second palette, and this one is called Bronzy Glam. Again, shades 1, 2, 3, and 4, and here is what those look like. Just a very beautiful neutral eyeshadow palette. I have intentions to start doing daily makeup looks and wearing makeup even when I'm going to work, which I work from home right now. I just teach classes over Zoom, but I'd like to put in an effort and also get to trying a lot of the makeup products that I'm pulling into my collection, and a little palette like this would be perfect for work. So I'm looking forward to trying out more products from the Makeup by Mario line. Initially, they weren't really intriguing to me, but at that reduced price point, I was a-okay with giving it a shot. Here's something I picked up from the Chanel Holiday Collection. This is the only piece I picked up from the Chanel Holiday Collection, and it is the blush. So this is the Le Chain de Chanel, which I think means chains of Chanel, and here's what the outer packaging looks like. It does, of course, come in that velvet pouch. You have the little circular brush, which is actually quite soft, and here's what that product looks like. It is so beautiful. I've heard really good things about this blush product. It doesn't really have a shade number, but again, it's in the shade Le Chain de Chanel. And along with this line, I believe that they launched 4 single eyeshadows with the same pattern on the pressed powders, and I think a couple of lip colors and maybe some nail polishes. I don't remember exactly, but the blush was what definitely had my interest, and here it is. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. Next, I wanted to share an order I placed from Pat McGrath. She put all her lipsticks down to $12, which was unbelievable, and I decided to get some of these Blitz Trans lipsticks. Now, I don't have any of her lipsticks in this formula, and it's interesting because I actually purchased the Holiday Rainbow lipsticks, but they were also labeled Blitz Trans. I'll put a picture on the screen so you can check them out, and I bought them from Sephora. I bought all of them, but when I received them, I was shocked at the quality of the packaging. The bullet itself looked so beautiful. It was completely shimmery, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. It's very hard to describe. Very beautiful lipstick. It reminds me of the Hank and Henry lipsticks if you're familiar with that formula. However, the packaging, as beautiful as it looked, once you touched it, it was really gritty. The glitters were coming off in my hands, and then there was an edge that was completely unfinished, and it just, I don't know, the quality of the packaging just wasn't there. Like, it was attempted to be there, but I think that the follow-through wasn't entirely there, and I think that it was a collection that was made specifically for Sephora, and I actually ended up returning those lipsticks. And after reading a couple of reviews, I see that I'm not the only one that felt that way about the lipsticks themselves. Anyway, long story short, the shades that were listed in those lipsticks were very similar to the shades that were listed in these. For instance, I think the shade Flesh Fatale was part of it. However, now that I received these, they aren't the same in terms of the finish on the bullets themselves. So let me go ahead and show you the different shades that I picked up. This one, the packaging is kind of coming unglued, and here's what that one looks like. So this one is in the shade Blood Rush, and if I lift it up, I can definitely see that there are some shimmers in the bullet, but it isn't glitter like on the outer surface of the bullet itself, which is what those lipsticks looked like. But like I said, I didn't have any lipsticks in this finish, definitely none in this packaging, and I was more than happy to pick them up at that price point. Here is Flesh Fatale, and that one is more of a nude, and again, I can see that there are glimmers or sparkles infused in the bullet itself, but nothing like those lipsticks from the Sephora limited edition shades. In hindsight, now I wish I had kept at least one. I didn't touch them or anything, and I hardly ever return things to Sephora, but I was so shocked at the quality of that packaging, I just couldn't help myself. So here's a more light nude, and this one is in the shade Naked Kiss. So I picked up all 3 of these for only $12 a piece, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And again, it was not a formula that I was familiar with from the Pat McGrath website. In that same order, I picked up a bundle, which was a mascara and a mask, which is an interesting combination. And the mascara is the Dark Star mascara, and this one I think might be in special packaging. I'm not really sure. I haven't bought this mascara in the past, but it is the one that is in the gold packaging, and it looks like this. And here's the mask that I received, and interestingly enough, the mask is not the way that it appears on the website, which I had an issue with regard to that. If you see the mask, the outside is exactly as it's pictured on the website. However, on the website, they picture the mask as pink on the inside as opposed to black. And I purchased it because I thought it was going to be pink on the inside. I don't really wear black, and so this is not something I'm going to be able to use, but I can give it to my daughter and see if she would like to wear a Pat McGrath mask. I actually contacted them and let them know, and they sent me a second mask saying that maybe they sent the wrong one, but it wasn't. The one that they sent me as a replacement is exactly the same as this one, and eventually they just refunded me the cost of the mask, which is okay because I paid $30 for the duo, and if they refunded me, I think it was $18 the price of the mask. I ended up paying $12 for the mascara, and this is almost a $30 mascara, I think, so definitely a good deal, and it was a good customer service experience. But I think it's really important for brands to accurately represent their products on their website, because mistakes like that can happen, and then I'm expecting one thing and they send another. While I'm talking about Pat McGrath, I'll go ahead and share another lipstick I purchased from her collection, but this one I ordered from Sephora, and this one is the Matte Trans 449 Amour shade, and this is from the holiday collection. There were two lipsticks that were released from this collection, but for some reason, this shade really got me. I was watching another girl, she had a YouTube channel, and she put this on, and it looked so beautiful. It immediately convinced me that I had to have it, and I was interested in something in this packaging as well, since I don't have anything in this packaging. And then when I got it, there was again something with the packaging, and I get it. I'm being super picky. I totally get it. But Pat McGrath is known to do fantastic packaging or really atrocious packaging. Like, I'm sorry, I will never get over the packaging of her primer. No. But this lipstick, okay, it's got a beautiful pattern. It's not my personal taste, but I can appreciate it for what it is. It's got a heart design, but there is a sticker on the packaging, and it's not the entire way around the cylinder either. It's just this round portion here, which I can't understand, because if they can print all this elaborate detail, then why couldn't they have printed that portion as well, unless there was something that went wrong there? These kinds of things just draw my attention. I can't help myself, and I actually went to the store when I was returning the other lipsticks, and I asked one of the girls there if she could open up the packaging for one of these lipsticks that they had in store, and it was the same with the ones in store. So it isn't just something that's unique to the one that I have. There's a sticker on all of them, and I don't know. I don't understand why there's a sticker on there when the whole thing isn't a sticker. But I don't manufacture makeup. It's a really pretty color, and I'm still holding on to that one for sure. KimChi Chic was having a sale on their website, and I made my very first purchase, and I decided to focus on face products. So I picked up two blushes. So these are from the Taylor collection. I'm not sure who or what that refers to, but I know that they were having consistent launches within this line, and I was curious in trying out the brand, since I do like to try out different makeup brands, and I think KimChi is just fabulous. And so here are the two blushes. I have the shade 01 Pinky, and this is what the outer packaging looks like. It's kind of similar to the Too Faced Sweetheart blushes, but these are a little bit thicker. Those were a little bit more on the flat side, but still it's not bulky packaging. And here's what that one looks like. So it's a very pretty soft pink shade. I love that these are duos, and the duos are big enough that you can do one shade or the other or mix them up, and there is a mirror on the inside as well. This is something that I picked up when they had a sale also, and I think the sale was buy one get one 50% off, or buy one get one free, something like that, but it was a great sale. So here's the other shade that I have, and this one is in the shade Vacation, and I think this is going to be my favorite of the two. So same type of packaging and same type of outer packaging. I do like that the sticker on the back also gives you an indication of what the shades will look like. And this one is a little bit more of a neutral type of blush, and here's what that one looks like. So you have a more like peachy nude and then a deeper mauvey nude, and I think that these are just really pretty shades. So those are the two blushes that I picked up. I also picked up a bronzer, and I'll admit with the bronzers, bronzers, it was very difficult to try to gauge what shade I wanted because from the swatches, they didn't look all that different. And it's interesting because there's like 6 shades. It looked like they differed more in terms of their undertones rather than the depth of color, because this one is the shade 01, and I picked it kind of because I like the name. It says I went to Malibu and I would like to go to Malibu, so that's why I chose this one. I only have one, so I'm thinking that the packaging is reflective of the inside, but I'm not exactly sure since I only have the one. So here's what that one looks like, and it looks like a definite warm bronze, which makes sense if it's going to be themed after something in California. Now these are made in China. They have a 12-month shelf life. I always am curious to see where indie brands make their makeup. Let me actually take a look at the Nikkia Joy ones. The Nikkia Joy ones are also labeled as made in the PRC. So anyway, back to this bronzer. I think it's really cute. It should work for my skin tone. And again, I just wanted to try out a couple of the face powders from KimChi Chic. Now, because they were buy one, get one 50% off, I think that's what the promotion was. They're pretty affordable in terms of their price point. I mean, they're definitely at a prestige level, but they're not at a luxury level by any means. So these are the Get Glow, and this is going to be a highlighter. And here's what the outer packaging of that looks like. On the back side, again, the sticker kind of indicates the shade that you might be getting. These are really light. Oh my goodness. I got the shade number 3, which is Hollywood Glow. They look really light, super light. I'll definitely be showing you a close-up. One looks a little bit more champagne and the other one has a little bit more yellow in it. Definitely very interesting. I like that the packaging is in these little hearts. It's so cute and it's definitely consistent. I'll definitely be able to recognize when I'm grabbing one of her products from my collection. I forgot to mention this when I mentioned my Sephora order. This is something that was, you know, a gift with purchase, like one of the codes that you put in. And this one is in the shade Light Beige, and it is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte 24-hour foundation. I was so surprised at how much I like the NARS foundation, the new one, that I was curious to try this out, and I'm so excited that they had a shade that I think will work for me in the samples. So I'm really excited to try that one out. I have a couple of things here that I picked up from the Boxy pop-up. I love shopping the Boxy pop-up. You can get such amazing deals, and I picked up these pigments from Touch and Soul, and they're called the Metalist Sparkling Foil Pigments. Yes, they're all called the same thing, and I picked up 3 shades. I picked up the shade Aurora Taupe number 7, Honey Brown number 2, and Golden Tangerine number 3. I think I have a couple of these in my collection, but I double checked to make sure I wasn't going to be buying doubles, and I can't really tell you much about them because I haven't gotten around to using the ones I have, but here's what they look like. They are, again, these potted pigment products. I'm glad that they have a little stopper to put on there, and that one was in the shade number 3, Golden Tangerine. I've heard really great things about these from anyone that has ever used them, so I felt pretty confident picking them up at the Boxy pop-up price, which is like $5 or so. This one is in the shade number 2, which is going to be Honey Brown. I know that there are others that are super popular, so here's Honey Brown, very pretty shade. And again, I'll be showing you close-ups of all of them. So yeah, I know that they have more colorful options that people really enjoy, but I already have those in my collection like I mentioned. I definitely have the, what is it called? Hollow Mulberry, I think. People love that one. I already have that one. This one looks really pretty. Number 7, Aurora Taupe. It looks very cool toned, and cool tones are definitely not in my comfort zone, but ever since I discovered the Glam palette, I think I'm starting to like them a lot more. Here's what that one looks like. I don't want to tilt it too much because I don't want it to fall. It's beautiful. It looks like it has pink and purple shimmers on there. I'm really enjoying the added touch that these type of topper products give your eye looks, and I've been adding a lot more of them to my collection. Today I'm wearing one of the NARS ones, just a tiny bit on the inside part of my eye, and then the purple that you're seeing is actually like a liquid liner, which is kind of like the Urban Decay Heavy Metal liquid liner, but it's from LA Girl. I'll leave everything I'm wearing on my face link down below so you can check it out if you're interested, but I just tap that over the center and it just gives my eye just just a little something special, that it's not just the shimmer shadow. I picked up a lip gloss, and this one is by Smashbox, and this one is in the shade Beachy Keen. Seems like it's the year of the lip gloss. A lot of brands have been launching lip glosses, and I thought that this one was going to be a really nice addition to my collection. Doesn't really smell like anything right now, but it is in the shade Peachy Keen, and it is from the Los Angeles collection. And then I picked up something from Hank and Henry that I had not seen ever before, and this is okay. So here's the outer packaging. It's really cute. It's called the Cream Blush Stick, and here's what the actual packaging looks like. It looks kind of like it would be Natasha Denona packaging. I could see her doing something like this, or maybe Makeup by Mario, since he likes those really clean lines. But this one is Hank and Henry, and the lid comes off like that. It's kind of frosted and clear, and then on the inside you have your blush stick. And here's the shade that I picked up. It's in the shade Tang Tang, and again, picking this up in the Boxy pop-up, I was really comfortable investing that kind of money on it. It's just a twist up product. I've seen the Fenty Beauty orange cream blush get a lot of praise here on YouTube, and so I decided to try a cream blush from a different brand, and this one is from Hank and Henry, and it's a very weighted product. It's really interesting. I can't wait to try this one out. I haven't seen anybody else mention these. They had other shades, but I wanted to pick something different. So that's what I have from the pop-up. I also have something from an indie brand, and I am so excited about this. This is from Salt, New York, and I am just so excited about this. I cannot wait to try these out. They were having a sale. I think it was like a 30% off sale, and so I went ahead and I picked up a couple of the items that I thought I might like, and it comes packaged like this. So this is like a zip pouch, and on the inside you have the palette, and I picked the one that was in the French gray shade, and this one is the larger palette. It's really beautiful, feels like really high quality, and you have a zip closure that goes all the way around. Here's what the interior of the palette looks like. So you have your magnetic palette. There is a small holder there if you want to put a brush or something. There's a mirror at the top, and like I said, it completely closes and zips closed. I think it holds about 8 of their cream products, and I purchased, I think I got 7. This is how they come packaged in these little envelopes. So these are the Lip and Cheek Cream Tint Pro. Okay, I think I got a couple of these. Let me see. Okay, so here's another Lip and Cheek. And then I have a Sculpt and Bronze. I have 2 Sculpt and Bronze. I have a Radiant Cream, which I think is a highlighter. And then I picked up their Holiday Duo. So this was the Lip and Cheek Holiday Bundle. So let's go ahead and look at the cheek products. Okay, so they come inside these little sleeves. Now these are listed as made in the USA, and they are vegan and cruelty free. I am so excited about this. Okay, so it comes with a little card up top, and here's what the cream product looks like. So this one is in the shade Rose. Very pretty. Should we put it together? Let's put it together. The other one that I picked up was in the shade Coral. Now my friend Jessica, she did a whole video on these products, and she actually recommended some of these shades for me. Here's the shade Coral. Oh my goodness, is that not beautiful? So on the back side, it is labeled as Salt New York, and it's the Lip and Cheek Cream or Creme Tint Pro, and this one is Coral. Since the holiday bundle is also cheek products, let's go ahead and open these up. So these came in this little bag. Same type of packaging. Now you could have bought these separately as well if you preferred to get them individually, but there was a savings with the bundle, I think. Who knows why I buy what I buy, but I thought that they both looked really nice, and I wasn't sure if they were going to be limited edition, so I figured why not, especially since they're also good as lip products. So this one is in the shade Spice. Very beautiful. And the second one is in the shade Cranberry. So this one seems to pull a little bit more like a mulberry red. Very, very pretty. And now, of course, comes my usual dilemma of how I would like to arrange these in my magnetic palettes. I take forever with single products like this, trying to figure out how to best organize them. These are some pretty strong magnets. I'm struggling to move them around. So here's how mine's looking so far. Those are the 2 that I picked individually, and these were the 2 holiday shades. So let's open up the contour type shades. Now, if you're interested in picking up any of these for yourselves, they actually gave me a customer referral link, which you can you know, once you buy something, you can share that with your friends and family in case they want to buy it. So if you're interested in checking it out, I will definitely share my link in the description box. Let's see, this one is the medium shade. So I plan to use this as a cream bronzer. This is the Sculpt and Bronze, and I chose the shade medium. They're looking so cute. I also selected the contour shade, which obviously I want to use for contour. And I think there was only one that was labeled contour. And here's what that one looks like. I'm sure if you're fair skin, you can use this as a bronzer as well. We'll see. I'll try it both ways. But it's definitely cooler tone than the other one. And last but not least, we have the highlighter. I decided to pick up the shade Beige, and they call these Radiant Creams, I think. Radiant Cream Tint Pro. So here's that one. Just a beautiful standard champagne shade. This one is in the shade Beige. So let me see how I want to organize these. So here's the arrangement I decided to go with. Again, those were the two blushes I picked up individually, the holiday set. This is the contour one, the bronzer, and the highlight. Very excited to use these. I don't know if you were keeping an eye on Ricky back there, but my boyfriend just got here, and so Ricky ran off with him. But I want to go ahead and finish up my haul before I go about seeing what I'm going to have for dinner today. I did pick up something from Nomad Cosmetics in the Beetlejuice collection. The theme of that collection, oh my gosh, and their promotional pictures were something else. Like, Melt knows how to do a theme. So I did pick up both of the eyeshadow palettes. I wanted to pick up the entire collection, I really did, but there were so many lipsticks there that I wasn't gonna get a lot of use out of, plus, you know, masks and stuff. And then there were brushes, which look so cute, but I have the brushes from the Amor Eterno collection, which was last year's holiday collection. So I just, in the end, I decided I needed to kind of slow my roll and pick up just the pieces that interested me the most. So I did go ahead and grab both palettes. This one that I'm about to show you is the Waiting Room palette, and this is going to be the more red themed of the two palettes. Oh my gosh. The way that they do a theme is like no other brand. In terms of packaging, okay, here's what this looks like. The little insert that covers the shades, let me see if I can take it off. It looks like a cell from the movie. And this is literally the waiting room. So you can see the lady that's been cut in half. Oh my gosh, such detail. And here's what the palette looks like. I have to admit, it's not my color story, but I bought it for the packaging, for the theme, and I do love Melt as a brand, and this is just so stunning. They have the bottom half of the girl in all of the matte shades that are here. So everyone that you see stamped, it's got the bottom half. Oh my god, I have to take a picture of this before I swatch it. This is just, oh my goodness. So beautiful. Very sturdy packaging as well. So I definitely picked up that palette, and I did pick up the Recently Deceased palette as well. These I think are long gone. I think some Sephoras have them in store. They're not selling them online anymore, which I don't know how I feel about stores kind of trying to influence you to go in person with everything that's going on right now. But in any case, here's what this one looks like. And I love the color story of this one. It's green. So this is the Recently Deceased Pressed Pigment palette. Let me see if the other one is labeled as pressed pigment as well. Yes, it is. So the reds are pressed pigments as well. And here's what this one looks like. It's the same size as the red one, but I do know that this one has fewer shades. And when you open it up, you have that same kind of cell insert, and here's what that one looks like. And this one shows, it's hard to show you on camera, but this one shows the point where they're inside the model and they're in the cemetery at Beetlejuice's grave and they're about to call him. Oh my goodness, I can't get over it. And here's what this one looks like. Now, unfortunately, this one only has 8 shades, and a lot of people have commented already why they didn't make this one 10 shades as well. It would have been nice to have had an extra 2 shades, especially since the price point was the same. But in any case, this is what the palette looks like, and these have the mattes stamped as well. They kind of go in an alternating zigzag pattern, and these are stamped with Beetlejuice. I just cannot. I seriously cannot with this color story. It's just beautifully done. Now, since Melt is kind of still an indie brand, this one is also made in the USA. The other product that I picked up was one of the gel liners. So this is the Ultra Matte Gel Liner, and I picked up that chartreusey green shade. Look, even the interior of the packaging It says never trust the living. And I've actually had a good experience with these. I really like them. I tried them first from the Amor Eterno collection. Here's what that one looks like. Gorgeous. It's like a chartreusey green kind of color. Definitely would pair well with the Recently Deceased palette. Really beautiful. I think there were 3 and they were all packaged kind of similarly, but one was marketed differently. I think it was the purple one. They all looked really nice, but I knew I didn't want to pick up absolutely all of them, especially these being a cream product. Their shelf life is listed as only, I think it's 12 months or 9 months. Is super tiny. It's hard for me to see. So I didn't need all 3, even though it was super tempting. They were also having a sale on their other palettes, but I don't think I picked this one up from Melt. I think I picked this one up from Sephora actually. And this one is the Rust palette. I have heard amazing things about the Rust palette, so I did want to pick it up. These palettes are so expensive, but I do like their formula. And again, they're really highly praised eyeshadow formulas. Here's what this one looks like. Beautiful color story. Definitely neutrals, but more grungy neutrals. This one is made in the USA as well. This one is available on Sephora. They're just very expensive palettes for their size, but I absolutely love them. I do have the Rust stack, but I think they're transitioning to more of this palette format, which is nice. It's a little bit more convenient to store. I did like the stack format as well. I thought it was very different for Melt Cosmetics. A lot of people have shared this palette on their favorites. I think it was Julia Adams MUA who shared a look with this palette that was so beautiful, and I knew eventually I was going to add it to my collection the first chance I got to buy it at some kind of discount. We're almost done. Stay with me. I picked up a bundle from Nomad Cosmetics, and their service, actually of all the indie brands that I purchased from, them and Salt New York had the fastest shipping. It was super, super fast. I was really impressed, but I think that they ship from Michigan, which isn't that far from me either. I know it was a neighboring state. And this is a vault collection of some of their popular palettes. And it came in this box, and I'll go ahead and show you the palettes. So these are the different palettes that I got. This one is Cartagena Mágica, which I think is themed out of Colombia. Yeah, Cartagena, Colombia. And here's what that one looks like. I'll open them up and show you the inside, of course. This one is the, I think this one is called the Harajuku Tokyo palette. Tokyo Harajuku. And this one I knew I wanted because my friend Jessica raves about this one. Then they have this palette, which is the Marrakesh palette and the Berlin Underground palette. Now, the only other palette from this brand I actually have it here on my table, and it is the Nomad Cosmetics Lake Como palette. This one is themed out of Italy. I received this one in a Tribe beauty box. Here's the color story of the Berlin Underground palette. Now, this one, it says distributed by Nomad Cosmetics, New York, New York, but I know that this shipped to me from somewhere a lot closer. In any case, it says it was designed on location in Berlin, Germany, and it was manufactured in their labs in China. It is a cruelty-free and vegan brand. So that's what that one looks like. I'm loving that it has a lot of greens and mustard. Actually, it only has one green, but because it has these mustardy tones, it kind of gives me the vibe that it has more green. This one is a little bit green as well. And then the names of the palette are definitely inspired by Germany. They have different kinds of stamping in some of the shades as well. Some of them have, I can't even begin to tell you what that shape is, but it's got a unique stamp, and then others are just the Nomad Cosmetics stamp. All right, and here we have this one, which is the Marrakesh, designed on location in Marrakesh, Morocco. And here's what this one looks like. I do like that the palettes are colorful, but they are a more muted take on colors. So I can definitely get a lot of wearable looks out of this to, meet my goal of wearing makeup to work, which we'll see how that goes. But it's really pretty. I like, again, these mustardy tones. I like the blues. Very pretty. Very pretty palette. And there's unique stamps in here. So there's the Nomad Cosmetic in the center, and then the others have what appear to be kind of like a flame symbol, which I'm sure is inspired by something in Morocco. The names, again, are inspired by things in Morocco. So you have like turmeric, you have desert sands, golden mosque, henna, spice market, Persian rose, things like that. This is a really cute palette. So it looks like they've just been really inspired by places that they've traveled to. So let's go ahead and open the Tokyo Harajuku palette. And this one I know is so cute. I've seen Jessica with it. Here's the outside of the palette. It definitely matches the boxes. And this one is beautiful pastels. Now I know that she's raved about these shades down here on the bottom as being kind of duochrome shifty shades. And again, you have special stamps on some of these. They have like little kitties and Nomad Cosmetics in the center. Really pretty palette. So these have names like Hanami, Now is Forever, Lolita, Kawaii, Zaku Zaku, Moshi Moshi. I don't know the meanings of all the words, but some of them I do. Very cute palette. And last but not least, we have the Cartagena palette. This one is so pretty. It's all like fiery, warm colors. Look at this. Very beautiful. These also have unique stamps. There's actually a variety here, like a little tiger, Nomad Cosmetics, like an iguana. Very cute. My camera battery is giving out on me, but that was the Nomad Cosmetics eyeshadow palette Vault. And I got that on a super great discount as well. Pretty much leading into Black Friday, they had a sale. I also placed an order from Rephr when they restocked their brush that is modeled after the MAC 242 brush, which is designed for applying shimmers, and that's what this one looks like. So this one is the Rephr number 21 brush, and it feels very similar to the MAC 242 brush, except this one is a little bit softer. And I do believe that this is a synthetic brush. And again, another one of their brushes that is super highly celebrated, and I wanted to try that one out. So that was it that I bought from Rephr. I brought their holiday set and I hauled that in my last video. I did also place an order from Scott Barnes. He was having quite a number of sales. The only thing I have from Scott Barnes are his brush collection, and he released this new brush, which is the body brush. I think he released this with a highlight palette or something, body bling. I'm not sure, but it's a fairly new brush, and I have all his other brushes from his collection, and I actually do like them. And here's what that one looks like. It's a gigantic brush. Oh, it's super soft. It's a gigantic brush. And I mean, aptly so, it's labeled the body brush number 69. Oh my, it's really soft. It's really soft. You could definitely use this to highlight your shoulders or apply a little bronzer down the neck. I enjoyed his other brushes, and so I wanted to go ahead and add this one to my collection. And I did pick up one of his makeup items, and this is how it arrived in this kind of Ziploc bag. His color cosmetics are actually really on the pricey side, and I haven't made a purchase until now, and I decided to pick up this one is called the Chic Cheek palette, and this one is made in the PRC, designed in the USA, 24-month shelf life, also labeled as cruelty free. And here's what that palette looks like. It does have a highlighter here and a shimmering blush. These are called glowy and showy, and then you have some matte blushes, so you can definitely transform and mix and match and customize your own shade. Look at this one, really nice. These are really nice as well. It's a really nice combination of brushes here, and I'm really excited to try out his formula. This one says, my colors are blush and bashful. Really interesting. That's what that one looks like. I've seen this one receive a lot of praise as well in the community, so I thought that this was a good place to start, especially considering how many eyeshadow palettes I already have. And I really appreciate that there's a highlighter there, so I can try that as well, since he has the, I think they're called glowy and showy palettes for highlighters, or I know that there's a contour one. I'm not sure if it's mixed with highlighters. Just the same, I'm glad I get to try it out in this formula, see if I want to invest a little bit more. I placed an order at Ulta Beauty, which unfortunately arrived so shattered. I shared it on my Instagram stories. You guys were like, yes, Ulta Beauty's packaging has not been the best. I've placed a couple of orders since then, and I have to say they are definitely improving. I'm sure that it wasn't great for their bottom line to deliver so much damaged product, but this is what I had ordered. I have seen this on Paulina Beauty's channel. She has influenced quite a few purchases from me, and you have told me the same, that she's influenced a lot of purchases from you as well. This is the NYX Ultimate Utopia palette. Now, the last NYX palette that I bought was the Sabrina palette, and I actually really like that one, and so I wanted to go ahead and give this one a try, especially since it has a lot of greens on this side, and then it also has cooler tones on that side, and it looks like there's a variety of different textures in this palette as well. Every time I see Paulina use it, she loves it, and her looks turn out really beautiful. This was the palette that arrived completely shattered. They delivered this along with the other items that I ordered in in like an envelope bubble mailer with absolutely nothing else, no other padding whatsoever, and it barely fit. So when I opened it up, it was an explosion of powder. It was a mess all over the place. I was completely unsurprised that it arrived shattered, but they made up for it by sending me an entirely new palette, and this one I'm grateful arrived in pristine condition. Now, not only did they replace the eyeshadow palette, they actually replaced everything in that order, and I told them the other items were fine. They were just covered in powder, but I was able to clean them up. So these are the ones that I cleaned up, and I actually have the others that they sent me, and I'm gonna put them aside for a giveaway since I do monthly giveaways on my channel. So this is the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and I picked up the shade Bali. I don't know if you can tell, but there's still glitter kind of in here from the broken palette. See, look, I really did try to clean it up, but it was all over the place. So I understand why they replaced the entire order. So you can see the packaging is coated with eyeshadow. But in any case, I will just show you this one in the close-up since it is still, as much as I try to clean it, I just cleaned the outside packaging, but look, it's definitely all over the place. So that was the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bali. In that same order, I had purchased the Ulta Beauty Fair Lady. This was the contour and highlighter stick. And again, this is the one that I decided to clean up. Maybe I didn't do such a great job. All right, so that's the highlighter. It's kind of a goldy champagne. And here's the contour stick. So I, again, picked the shade Fair Lady as I thought that it was going to be the one that was going to be most suitable for my skin tone. I have the doubles put away and I'll show it to my daughter, see if she wants it, and if not, you'll see it in a future giveaway. And that order also had a gift with purchase, which was from KimChi Cosmetics, and that one was a lip kit, which includes a lip liner in the shade Bare, as well as a lipstick. This one is really, really nude, again in the shade Bare, and this is in the velvet formula, which is going to be a lot more comfortable than the matte formula. So I'll go ahead and swatch those for you as well, and I will keep one to the side for a giveaway. I also placed my first order from BK Beauty, and this one was an ordeal. The shipping was actually quite slow, but I think that it's, again, hard to gauge how fast shipping actually is when it's the holiday season, and so I really don't want to comment too much on that. But what I ordered was from the Black Friday promotion that they had, and what I elected to purchase was the Essentials brush collection with brush number 101, and then I bought a duo of brushes, which were 105 and 106, the large buffer and the round foundation, and then a precision powder brush. They come packaged in tissue paper, and I was so disappointed when I received my package because I got the 4 face brushes, and these are what the face brushes are like. So you had an option to choose between this kind of angled foundation brush or a rounded foundation brush, and I have a lot of round foundation brushes, so I wanted to try one that was going to be of this angle. This is something that I like to use to blend out cream contour because of the shape. I think it's really good. And you have a couple of other brushes here. So there's like a powder brush. I'll show you them all in close-up. Here's the powder brush. They're very soft synthetic brushes. I've seen a lot of people rave about these brushes. I think that they are Lisa J's brand, and they look like really nice synthetic brushes. Just from feeling them, I would say that they're on the quality of Nikkia Cosmetics brushes, and I know that they've received a lot of hype, but they've sent out a lot of PR, and I wanted to buy them for myself and see how it would go. And unfortunately, my purchasing experience wasn't the best, because essentially what happened was I bought the Essential Brush Collection, which was supposed to be a total of 9 brushes, and they didn't send me the eye brushes. So it wasn't shipped complete, and I had to wait quite some time to receive even these. But like I said, it was during the kind of shipping delay times, and eventually they did send me the eye brushes, and these are the 5 eye brushes here. I'll show you close-ups of the brushes. I especially am intrigued by this one right here. This one is the number 202, and it is a domed blending brush, which I really like. And I also like that some of the other brushes included are smaller, since I do have smaller eyes. So eventually the brushes did arrive to me. Here's one that I purchased as an individual, and this one is the number 108 brush, and it is just a precision powder brush. I was thinking that this would be nice for underneath the eyes, but it's a little bit bigger than I prefer for that, and the shape is just a little bit more round, so I'll use it for maybe contour or even highlight. Can definitely use it for that, but this is from their precision brush line, number 108. And then I also purchased a duo of face brushes, which this one does include the rounded foundation brush, which you could have gotten. So this one is the 106. You could have gotten the Essentials brush collection with this one instead. This one is the 106 brush, but I just opted to purchase it separately. And that one came in a set with the 105 brush, and this one is a really big brush, but also really soft. They feel really nice. The handles are also really, really pretty. They have like a maroon finish to them. Really pretty. And they're labeled with the brand BK Beauty. So those are all the brushes that I have. I have almost all of them. And in addition to that, they had a promotion where you would receive a pair of Kendra Scott earrings. I guess she's friends with the owner of the Kendra Scott brand, and they are the Fern Huggy earrings. And that's what those look like. So those were a gift with purchase. Let me pull them out so you can see them better. I'm not sure if it's going to focus super well, but I'll show you some close-ups. So again, those were the BK brushes, and like I said, I own almost all of them in the collection, so I'm looking forward to trying them out and see how they compare to, for example, the Makeup Elysium brushes that were gifted to me and I recently reviewed on my channel. Just from looking at them, they seem to be of similar quality, and I'll be happy to report back on the quality of the brushes. It was unfortunate that I didn't initially receive my entire order, but when I reached out to customer service, they responded within a day, and then they sent me out the missing product. So now I have my complete order and I'm ready to start playing with those. I have 2 more orders to share with you, and this is exactly why I have to go on a beauty budget. This is out of control. The first one was from Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay was having a lot of sales, and I've purchased even more than what I'm about to show you, but I'm going to just start with these products. The first one is a palette I've seen pop up on a lot of people's favorites. I saw this on my friend Bettina, the makeup enthusiast channel. She did a lot of looks with this palette and she gave it a good review, and I was definitely interested in trying this one. So this is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, and looking on the back side of the palette, I see that a lot of them are marked with stars, and I would guess that the stars are maybe pressed pigment. Yeah, so some of these are labeled as for face, body, and eyes, and then some are just for face and body. So for instance, the shade Sundown has a star, and so that one is labeled as for face and body. My guess is that those are going to be pressed pigments, which would have some of those ingredients that might stain your eyelids. I usually use them all on my eyelids anyway. Now this palette is made in the PRC and has a 24-month shelf life. 64 grams of product here. It's a very large eyeshadow palette. So it comes inside bubble wrap, and here's what this one looks like. I love the theme. I love how bright and colorful it was. The knowledge that I had this palette coming was what allowed me to not purchase the ColourPop, I think it was Into Hue or Fade Into Hue palette, but here's what this one looks like. How beautiful. It really looks like a green section, a purple section, and a red section. Very beautiful palette. I believe I have one more palette from this brand in my collection, but I haven't gotten around to using that one yet either. So why am I buying this one? I don't know. It was all a yearly favorites videos. Seeing this in so many people's favorites videos, I knew I wanted to add it to my collection. I have a very precarious pile here in front of me. The second item that I bought from that haul was something from Sample Beauty, and this is a pigment, and this one is in the shade Candy Cane, and it is by Sample Beauty. I've seen Sample Beauty on, again, Paulina Beauty's channel, as well as Make Me Up Missa, I think her channel is called, but this is a loose pigment, and I was actually surprised when I saw this. It's very loose. The screw top is just like an aluminum screw top, and it was a little bit bent as well. And then when I opened it up, I was wondering if I had maybe not received all my product. I'm going to tilt this just a little bit because it is definitely loose pigment. It appears to have like red, purple, blue shimmers. Of course, I'll be showing you a close-up so that you can see it better. I'm not super impressed with the packaging, to be honest, but I have seen what those ladies create with these products, and so I'm very curious to try it out for myself. I can't tell. My goodness, is something going wrong with my eyes? 36-month shelf life, so that's great. It says not tested on animals and is vegan. So I picked up the shade Candy Cane. Beauty Bay had a lot of these on sale. They're very affordable. They were definitely under like $7, and I thought that these would be, again, an interesting texture to play with my eye looks. And last but not least, my Beautylish order. So they were having a sale as well. They had a couple of sales actually, and I picked up a couple of items. The first being from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is something I have had my eyes on for a really long time. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand High Blush in the shade Pinkgasm. So I know that she had Pinkgasm and Peachgasm, but I thought that Pinkgasm looked a little bit more pigmented. So this has the same format as the Hollywood Contour Wand, which I absolutely love. I don't love the packaging, I love the product, where you have to twist the top and then squeeze to get the product to come out. I also have a highlighter in this type of packaging. I don't love the packaging, to be honest, but the products are so beautiful. The highlight is beautiful, and the contour wand is one of my favorite contour products ever. So I wanted to try this one as well. I've mentioned before how much I love Charlotte Tilbury as a brand, and when I was able to pick this up on a sale, I went ahead and grabbed that one. This is the last product, which is going to mess with my lighting for sure. This is the Ricky Skinny Carry Bag, and I have the Ricky Tall, which you're seeing reflected in the packaging right now, but I also have the Ricky Skinny, which I keep behind my mirror, and I pull it out and I put it in front when I need to get like a close-up look, or when I'm doing my makeup on camera, I'll put my Ricky Skinny in front of me, but right now it's stored behind my mirror, and I wanted to keep it in a carry case, and this one went on a super sale during the Beautylish Black Friday events. I'm struggling to open it up here. The packaging has the feel of like a new Apple like MacBook Pro, which I desperately need, and to be honest, if I didn't buy so much makeup, I probably could get. Here's how it comes packaged. It's so cute with the Ricky tissue paper and the little sticker there. My camera definitely keeps giving out on me, but here's what the case looks like. You opened it up and there was a very heavy foam insert. I'm gonna use this to maybe take pictures for Instagram of products. It's like a nice background for that. And here's what that looks like. So it's really just a carry case for my Ricky mirror, but I thought I would store it inside here instead of just putting it there behind the wall. You can put the stand as well as the mirror, and it's really nice. I'm glad that I was able to pick it up on a sale as well. And with that, my friends, this haul is complete. This haul. Again, I apologize, it's gonna be a little confusing on my channel with me hauling all of these things that I picked up with Black Friday and things like that, but like I said, I'm going to isolate the things I picked up in December. That's gonna be kind of my practice run for the beauty budget for this year. But the reality is I bought all of these things and I definitely wanted to haul it for you. I know that you enjoy my makeup hauls, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget that big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I have a lot more hauls coming up, and I will continue to do my monthly hauls as well within the confines of my beauty budget. If you're still here at the end of the video, leave me the flying money emoji, because that is definitely what happened here. Makeup flew in, money flew out. Thank you again for joining me for today's video. If you're interested in checking out any of these products, they will be linked in the description box down below, as well as all the products that I'm wearing on my face if you were interested in any of those. And yeah, I hope you have a very happy new year. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this video, but hopefully it'll be before the new year. I hope you have a very happy new year coming up, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon on my next one. Bye-bye.